Today, we're going to talk about something I think we've all felt. That deeply human moment when you do everything right, you pour your heart into it, but the result just feels wrong. And it all boils down to one heavy question.
You know the one. This is that silent question that just hangs in the air after a huge disappointment. It's the one that keeps you up at night, replaying everything in your head. Because you know you put in the work. I mean, you really did. The late nights, the focus, the absolute 100% sincere effort. You gave it your all.
And it wasn't just about going through the motions, right? Your heart was in the right place. Your intentions were good. They were honest. You were trying to do the right thing for all the right reasons.
And yet, crickets. The outcome just wasn't what you expected, or let's be honest, what you felt you deserved. And what's left is this cloud of confusion, and maybe even a little bit of anger.
So, where does that feeling of unfairness come from? Well, this gap between our effort and the result, it usually comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of how life and this big idea of karma really works.
Okay, look at this. This is basically the problem in a nutshell. We walk around expecting life to be this simple, clean equation. I put in good effort, so I should get the result I deserve. But what if life doesn't guarantee the result? What if the only thing it ever guarantees is the action itself?
I love this analogy because it's so perfect. A farmer can do everything right, till the soil, plant the best seeds, water them diligently, but they can't control the weather. And our lives are exactly the same. Our actions are just one part of a huge, interconnected web of causes and effects that we can't always see.
And that brings us to karma. Now, let's just get this straight. So many of us think of karma as some kind of cosmic scoreboard. You do good, you get points. You do bad, you lose points. But that's not really it. It's much simpler and much more profound. It's just the universal law of cause and effect. That's it. Every action is a cause that will eventually have an effect. It's not about reward or punishment. It's just physics.
Swami Vivekananda puts it so beautifully here. This chain of cause and effect, it applies to every single one of us. No exceptions. If you're here, you're part of this chain, and your life today is connected to a whole universe of actions from the past.
And this is the part that can be a little tough to wrap your head around. The results you're seeing in your life right now, they might have absolutely nothing to do with the work you put in this morning. They could be the harvest from seeds you planted a long, long time ago.
Okay, so if we accept that idea, that causes and effects can be separated by a lot of time, it leads us to maybe the hardest question of all.
Right? We've all seen it. We all know someone who is just a genuinely good, kind, honest person, and yet they face incredible hardship. It just doesn't seem fair. It feels like it breaks the whole system.
This is where the philosophy of karma asks us to completely reframe how we see things. What if being a good person isn't some kind of magical shield that protects you from life? What if pain isn't a report card on your character? What if instead, suffering is actually a catalyst? Something that builds our strength, our empathy, our depth in ways that an easy life never ever could.
Just let that one sink in for a second. This is such a powerful shift. It takes the focus off of, is this fair? Did I deserve this? And it puts it squarely on, what can I learn? Who am I becoming because of this? The event itself becomes the classroom, and our own growth becomes the lesson.
So that's a beautiful idea, but what do we actually do? If we can't control the results, are we just supposed to sit back and do nothing? How do you live with purpose when everything feels so uncertain? This is where this incredible practice of karma yoga comes in. It offers us a way forward. It's not about inaction. It's about full, 100% engagement in what you're doing, but, and this is the key, with a total inner freedom from what happens next. It's the art of doing your best and then letting go.
So what does that look like in real life? It's actually pretty straightforward. 1, you don't stop. You keep doing what you know is the right thing. 2, you shift your focus. You stop worrying so much about your expectations and you double down on refining your intention. And 3, you change your metric for success. It's not about what you get on the outside, it's about the peace and steadiness you build on the inside.
And let's be really, really clear about this. This is not about becoming some passionless robot who doesn't want anything. You can still have goals, you can still have dreams. This practice is about letting go of the anxiety about the results. It's about freeing yourself from that desperate, white-knuckle grip on a specific outcome, because that's usually where all our pain comes from anyway. But I can still hear that little voice. What about all that effort, all that work, all that honest intention? If I didn't get what I wanted, was it all for nothing?
Here is the absolute promise at the heart of this philosophy. No, nothing is ever wasted. The universe's accounting system is a lot more complex and a lot more patient than ours. Every single sincere action you take is a cause that will someday, somewhere, somehow have its effect. It might not be when or how you expect, but it's never, ever lost.
So think about it this way. What feels like a failure might just be a delay. Some seeds take a really long time to grow. That delay isn't a no from the universe. Often, it's a process that's building the inner strength and depth you're going to need for what's coming next. Remember, the result you see today does not define you. Your actions do.
All right, let's wrap this up with one final thought to hold on to, especially for those times when you feel lost and things just don't make sense.
When you've poured your soul into something and all you get back is silence, it's so easy to feel invisible, to feel like it didn't matter. But what if that silence isn't emptiness? What if it's preparation? What if behind the scenes things are quietly getting ready?
And that frustrating delay, that not yet, what if it isn't a denial? What if it's actually an alignment? A subtle, cosmic rearrangement to bring you something even better, something more perfectly suited for you than the thing you were so sure you wanted.